patience. It's all left up to us to change this present situation. Take a lesson from our elders. Don't make the same mistake. Let's do what we love and get rid of all the hate. Our elders taught us one thing, but practice another. Just look like
Well, you wanted 4 more years, you got 4 more years. First, I want to thank everyone in this city who went to the polls tonight and sent a message loud and clear: this is your city. And I want to thank my family from the very beginning. Everything we've done together as a family. I want to thank this extraordinary woman for all she's done for our city. This guy's pretty good too. And all my family, all my dear old friends who have gathered here to help us achieve this great victory. And I have to thank all the people who supported us, all our good friends in labor. Thank you for your steadfast support. All the elected officials, everyone from the Democratic Party, thank you for all you have done in this great campaign. And a special thank you and all my love to the volunteers. Let's hear it for the volunteers who made such a difference. Everyone who knocked on a door, everyone who made a call, everyone who was outside a subway stop, we thank you. My dear friends, 4 years ago, we ran with a simple and strong idea. We said we had to make fundamental change in this city. And we heard a cacophony of doubt and cynicism. The insiders said it was impossible. The critics, the pundits said change couldn't come. They, even worse, said we would go backwards. We would go back to the bad old days. There would be chaos. Remember those evil warnings we received? They said things would go in the wrong direction. Well, they were wrong. We proved that we could make our city safer. We proved we could make our schools better. We proved we could make our economy stronger. We did this together, and we took on some very powerful forces while we did it. We proved we could take on the landlord lobby and win. We proved we could take on the big corporations and win. Brothers and sisters, we have so much to be proud of over these 4 years, all of us together. Everyone made it happen together. We have a lot to be proud of. But we can't stop now. We can't stop now. Tonight there are too many of our fellow New Yorkers who feel the deck is stacked against them. There are too many who feel they can't achieve their potential. Well, you know what? The truth is they're right. Things are still not what they need to be in this city. We've got to become a fairer city, and we've got to do it soon. We've got to do it fast. We've got to put everything we've got into it. So you saw some important changes in the last 4 years, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Let me tell you about a thing we call 3K. If you thought pre-K was good, you're going to love 3K. Every 3-year-old gets an early childhood education, a quality education for free in this city. It's never been done anywhere, but it's going to be done here. We're going to make sure that every child reads on grade level by 3rd grade in our school system. We will not stop till we reach every child. We've never even been near that goal as a city before. But educators would tell you, if our children are reading on grade level by 3rd grade, then their futures are full of potential and possibility. That is the great goal we're going to set this city on the path to achieve. My friends, we started with an audacious affordable housing plan, 200,000 apartments, enough for 500,000 people, but it's not enough. We've got to go farther. We're going to reach 300,000 affordable apartments. We're going to reach 750,000 New Yorkers with affordable housing they don't have now and that they need. We're going to get it to them. And let's do something that's long overdue. Let's fix our subways. I just want to ask this room of very knowledgeable New Yorkers, do you think we need more money to fix the subways? Do you think the millionaires and billionaires have some money to spare? How about a millionaire's tax to fix the New York City subways? And while we're at it, that tax can allow us to give half-price Metro cards to low-income New Yorkers so they can experience opportunity in this city as well. And another way that our fellow New Yorkers can do better, can afford the city to love, is with better jobs. We have a plan to create 100,000 good-paying jobs for residents of the 5 boroughs. We've come a long way becoming a safer city, but to truly be a fairer city, we need trust and accountability in all we do. So in the next 2 years, every one of our officers on patrol will be wearing a body camera, the ultimate sign of trust and accountability in law enforcement. Now, I have to remind you that we mark an anniversary tonight. And it's an anniversary that's very painful for a lot of us. A year ago, the candidate who lost by 3 million votes somehow became President of the United States. And we have all experienced the last year seeing an affront to this city and our values, seeing an affront to people of all backgrounds and faiths. We've seen something that for so many of us is un-American. Well, I bring you tidings of joy this evening because America got a little fairer tonight. America got a little bluer tonight. Let's cheer so they can hear us in New Jersey. Let's cheer so they can hear us in Virginia. And tonight, New York City sent a message to the White House as well. Our message was this: you can't take on New York values and win, Mr. President. If you turn against the values of your hometown will fight back. And so, we've got some fights ahead. We will fight and we will win. We will stop the tax cuts for the big corporations and for the millionaires in Washington. We will protect the Affordable Care Act. And we will defend our immigrant communities. We are a nation of immigrants. We are a city of immigrants. As Shirlane always says, not everyone came here willingly, but we are all immigrants. And when there's an attack on immigrants, it's an attack on all of us. A los neoyorquinos inmigrantes, siempre estaremos con ustedes. Si la administración de Trump trata de apartar familias y trata de deportar soñadores, lucharemos con todo lo que tenemos. We will fight with all we have to protect our immigrant brothers and sisters, and to make sure the dreamers stay right here where they belong. It's a good night for progressives. It's a good night for Democrats. My friends, all of you together achieved history tonight. For the first time in 32 years, a Democratic mayor was reelected in New York City. But let us promise each other this will not be the last time. This is the beginning of a new era of progressive Democratic leadership in New York City for years and years to come. So we have a lot to celebrate tonight. We have a lot to celebrate because of this victory, but even more importantly, because of the people we've reached over the last 4 years. Because we've worked to make New York City work better for its people. And we are particularly proud that while pursuing a vision of fairness and respect, we have become more than ever the safest big city in America. We proved the doubters wrong, and we proved that safety and fairness walk hand in hand in New York City. But I believe, since we've achieved so much, since we've proven there is a momentum for change, we now have to set our sights higher. I think we can reach an even bigger goal. Tonight, we dedicate ourselves to making sure that New York is the fairest big city in America. A city known for treating people the right way. A city known for giving everyone opportunity, for never allowing discrimination or division or separation between the people who make up this great place. That's what we dedicate ourselves to, and I want to give you a picture of what it looks like to be the fairest big city in America. It means that we will have the strongest tools anywhere in the nation to make sure people can afford their own city. The biggest affordable housing plan anywhere in the country. The strongest laws to ensure that developers must build affordable housing. Free lawyers for anyone faced with eviction. Fair rent increases so people know that tenants are always kept in mind in everything we do. We are going to make sure that more and more people can afford this city that they help to make great. That's one way of being fairer. Another way is making sure that everyone's paycheck gets a little bigger, and then a little bigger, and then a little bigger. We're going to keep making sure that wages go up in this city. We're going to keep making sure that people actually can live on the paycheck that they get. And we are going to make sure there is no more pay inequity, that women will be paid just as much as their male counterparts. What does the fairest big city in America look like? It looks like
3-2-1. It was an early victory speech, but polls showed he didn't get the 73% of the vote he got 4 years ago, and that Republican Nicole Maliotakis likely did better than the 24% Joe Lhota got 4 years ago. Okay, one more time. 3-2-1. Supporters cheered as Mayor de Blasio took the stage to the pounding song Our Generation by John Legend. Track 2, 3-2-1. It was an early victory speech, but polls showed he didn't get the 73% of the vote he got 4 years ago, and that Republican Nicole Maliotakis likely did better than the 24% Joe Lhota got 4 years ago. 3-2-1. Nicole Maliotakis conceded early. Track 3-2-1. And the irrepressible Bo Dietl said he'd never seek office again. And I'm going to do a stand-up. I'm going to do a stand-up and feed it back. Yeah, I'm going to feed it back. instead of live, I'm going to feed back a stand-up after my...
It's actually easy to participate in the democratic process. We are not there yet, are we? This state has some of the most regressive voter laws in the entire country. How can we be proud as New Yorkers when it's just so damn hard to vote here? It's hard to register to vote. It's hard to vote unless you happen to be in the right place at the right time on the right day. You get excluded. We are going to go to Albany all together starting in January, and we're going to change that once and for all. This state should have the best voter laws in the country. And finally, what does the fairest big city in this country look like? It looks like a place where police and community are bonded together once and for all, in partnership, with trust, with mutual respect. I want every police officer to know the name of the residents that they serve in the community, and I want those residents to know the name of their officer. I want everyone to feel they are on the same side together for the good of the neighborhood, for the good of the city. We will be an example to the whole country of what that healing looks like, what that unity looks like. All for one, one for all, police and community together. That's what we aspire to in this city. So I want you to know these are big goals. These are tough goals, but we will be relentless. And I'm going to ask a simple question for the next 4 years. Every time an idea comes before me, a proposal comes before me, every time we look at the budget, whatever it is, I'm going to ask a simple question. Is this going to help us become the fairest big city in America? Is it going to help us toward that goal? Because if it is, we're going to do it. But here's the last part of the equation. We can't do it without you, every one of you, and everyone listening out there, and everyone who voted today. We can't do it unless the people decide it's the right thing, unless the people point the way. You demanded change 4 years ago. You said there was too much stop and frisk. You said the city was getting too expensive. You said income inequality was creating a rift that had to be healed. You said it was time for pre-K for all. And these things are happening because you demanded it, and it's time to demand even more. So we have to go farther. We have to have a relentless energy. We have to feel an urgency. And I am ready, my dear friends, because I'll tell you something. After 4 years, and they've been intense years, they've been long years, 4 years later, I am more optimistic than the day I started, because I've seen what we can do together. I've seen how many people we can reach. I've seen how much better we can make this city. We can make this the city it was meant to be. We are only just getting started. Tonight's a good time to remember this is only the beginning. It's only the beginning for this city on our path to a better and fairer and more progressive place. It's only the beginning for our country as we start turning towards a better path, a path where people are respected again and our country can move forward in unity. This is only the beginning. And my friends, our job all together is to make sure this is always a city for everyone. Our job is to make sure this city we love keeps its wonderful, open, inclusive character. Our job is to make sure that New York is always New York. Thank you. God bless you all, and God bless New York City. Thank you.